Hey everybody, this is Stevie0526, bringing you my first voiceover video. I wanted to show everyone some Fighter Squadron. I'm having a really good time with Fighter Squadron. I find playing Battlefront without a partner can be a bit difficult in the infantry-based games, just because there's no teamwork involved. So I started fooling around with Fighter Squadron, and what you're seeing here is probably my best gameplay that I've had. I ended out on top, and you'll see that at the end. I started a little slow, but ended up turning it on and ruining the competition.
Maintain the pressure. They're no match for us.
I made the mistake here in the beginning. You'll see it going after some cooldown effects and lost it pretty early. Trying to figure out the difference between the two models. As the Imperials, you can play as a TIE Fighter or an Interceptor. As the Rebels, an X-Wing or an A-Wing. It seems that the Interceptor doesn't do as much damage, but it seems to have a little bit better health. You can take more damage, and the controls are a little more fluid. The TIE Fighter is a little more agile, but I find you can line up your shots a little bit better with the Interceptor. What I try doing here is just getting in the action and bringing it down. You can see in the above the health bar, you balance speed and power. So if you drop that all the way down, you're going to have a lot more powerful guns, but you'll be able to zoom out if you increase that speed. I find I stay, if I'm in the middle of the action, to bring that all the way down so that your power is up higher. And you can get a lot more kills that way, especially if the enemies aren't focusing on you. Now, one thing I didn't do in this is go after the troop transports. You can really rank up a lot of points going after those, but I found I had a lot more fun just going after the enemy X-Wings and A-Wings. An easy way to get some kills is to sit behind your own troop transport and going after the enemies here. You can see they kind of ignore me because they're going after that troop transport.
Rebel ship obliterated.
Really paying me no mind. Still getting used to the evasive maneuvers. I found myself hitting down on the D-pad, switching my perspective from third person to first person instead of up, which will give you that the S maneuver. Try this time with some TIE Fighter. See if I like that. One thing I will say, it does seem to take a little while to get into the action. With the Imperials, you do have that speed boost that I just did, which gets you in there a lot faster. What I did notice in the subsequent gameplay is that if you go after the hero vehicles, you can really rank up a lot of points because they just soak in the damage, especially if you have one of the hero ships. You can kind of just sit back and pluck away. One game I ended up with over 11,000 points, and it's really tough to take down. Just sat there and soaking up points, especially if they go for the health regens at the bottom of the map. You can see those down there. Another good strategy is kind of just hold back and watch for the enemy ships that are going after your teammates or your AI squad, and you can really, because they're not going to pay any attention to you, it seems like they just zero in on them, and you're able to really just go after them. Yeah, the backflip maneuver I find will get you out of a lot of trouble. You can also roll side to side, which will break lock-ons, but the backflip maneuver, folks don't seem to chase you, and it is easy to lose someone if they do that on you, especially if you have your speed all the way up. But if you sit with the speed all the way down, like you see that I do most of the time here, it's easy to counter that and go after them.
Check their missile box. There's an enemy fighter locking onto you.
Seems I had a couple of ships on me here. Boom out, but I can't get away here. Go back to the interceptor.
Rebels incoming. Preparing for an attack run.
I will say this game is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, this map especially, because you're zipping around in the canyon. It really brings you back to the movies.
Rebel fighter down.
When you're using your missiles, it's important to maintain the lock-on. If you break that at all, you're apt to miss. The health differences between player-controlled ships and AI-controlled ships is pretty great. It takes a lot more to take down a player-controlled starfighter than an AI-controlled starfighter. See, this guy's using the canyon to his benefit. It's making it tough to lock on. And at great distances, you don't seem to get as many hits, even if you are locked on. You really need to bridge that gap. Getting those vehicle repairs when you can will really extend your life. Zoom into battle here. One thing is you can't lower your speed and increase your attack power when this is active. But you'll see a little bit of slave gameplay. And this thing is an absolute beast. It doesn't have the maneuverability of the TIE fighters or X-Wings or Interceptors or A-Wings. But you can do some serious damage. You can take folks out pretty quickly. For the power-ups, you get 2 different missile attacks. And then the Y attribute, your top card there, that will prevent lock-on. So if you have a lock-on, you can bring that up and you'll break the lock. Missiles inbound, it'll also just do a little turn after you press it, and the missile you'll avoid the missile.
Watch for homing
A
missiles.
little roll move there to avoid the lock-on. In this gameplay, I avoided going after the other hero ship a lot. As I was more focused on going after the other ships. But you can see that when I do go after them, just so many points. They just soak up damage. I did find it was very difficult to kill those guys, because it seems when the shields are getting low, they're trying to avoid getting damaged, and they'll end up just flying into a wall. And as this gameplay goes forward, you see I just run right into a guy and it barely take any damage.
They took out our Lambda shuttle. Damn rebels.
Now, we lost that one, but you'll see here at the end, the points that I gained. You really do need other teammates to do well in order to take the victory. Getting a good balance of player-controlled and AI-controlled is a good way to win. I hope everyone enjoyed my first commentary. I hope I didn't do too poorly. Leave a comment in the under the video. Hopefully get some likes out of this, and if the feedback is good, I may start doing some more of these. Thanks everyone. May the Force be with you.